Hey,
Hello.
so sorry, guys. I'm here waiting, and then I forgot to send the invitation.
Don't worry.
Ah, that's me.
That's
Hi,
okay.
Eileen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? I had to download my.
I'm a blue square, so
I had to download the app, so it took me a little bit. Funny, I'm on Zoom all the time with work, but I never downloaded the app on my phone. Oops.
that's
We're having
okay.
this. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Great. That's really nice. So how are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm well. I'm well.
Yeah.
Getting
Doing well.
over a cold.
You did get the COVID?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Oh.
Monica's always sick for her birthday. That's her birthday every year. Mother Nature gives the gift of illness every year.
Oh my God, that's
It's true.
right.
It's very
Oh.
true.
I'm the
Oh.
mean person who pointed it out.
Years ago, when we worked together, like she said to me, hopefully this year you won't get sick for your birthday. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
really? And then she's like, yeah, you get sick every year for your birthday. I was like, oh my God.
Of course I remember because she's my friend and we like to celebrate going out to eat. So our
Oh,
meals
that's
would get delayed, right? We like to eat and do spiritual things. That's our probably
Yeah.
most popular things, huh?
That's great. Excellent. So it's gonna be a nice night, cozy, just three of us.
Okay.
So you can ask questions
Okay.
and guidance as well. So
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, I gotta say, it's a great group.
I know
Yeah.
it is. It is a
We
good
know each
group.
other.
My
No
favorite people.
strangers. But it's okay if there's strangers too. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couple of people said that they were gonna join us, but they might not join because they're late.
oh,
But that's
Unfortunately,
okay.
they're lost then.
Say it again, darling.
I was saying, unfortunately, they're lost then. It didn't work out, but
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
another time.
that's true.
is it something I should be like using my camera for? Just
No.
wondering. Okay, great.
No. We're gonna talk a little bit, share about fear, stories, and bring some emotions, some, memories.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be worked on. And maybe, bring your birthday celebration. Why am I, get sick over, every time it's my birthday? There's
Yeah.
a memory, that's a fear, that's a shame, there's something in there. So you don't have to share if you want. Just bring it up, the memory.
Yeah. I can't really remember anything particular, to be honest, but I'll try my best. Maybe it's
But don't
something I put
worry.
away.
Don't worry.
It'll come out.
Spirituality will bring it up.
Yeah.
Could it be something where like, and I don't know that this happened, so I don't want to sound presumptuous, but like as a child, not feeling special for your birthday, like if you didn't have like birthday parties and celebrations the way other children did, or you know what I mean? Like in the class, like some people make such a big deal of little kids' birthday parties, and other kids, they don't have very much. That's something like I remember back when I was in PTO, like very active in the kids' schools, that they used to talk about. Some of the children would have these big elaborate parties at the YMCA and all these other places. And other kids, I mean, their parents couldn't afford to have a party at all.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like, is that something that could be like something from within inside that comes up?
No, I never really I was never the type that wanted anything, knowing our status of like that we didn't have much money, so I never asked for much, and I never expected anything. So even if we got like a cake, I was happy. You know, just being together as a family and spending that time. Like my earliest memories were good with birthdays. Like, you know, my mother always was there, and you know, but my father was always working, so he was never really there. But my mother was the one who put like party together for us and things like that. But other than that, I don't really remember anything like traumatic about my birthday right now. But maybe as I got older, something happened, maybe. I don't know. Like, you know, to be honest, I think I went through a phase where I didn't want to celebrate my birthday because I didn't feel like I was significant enough to care, like for anybody to remember my birthday. Like if they remembered, it should be on their own, kind of a thing.
I can see that just in our friendship. I've seen years where you were like, oh no, we don't have to.
Yeah.
You're always very much, Monica's always like, oh no, we don't have to. But then we even had one year we agreed we weren't going to do gifts and stuff for each other. And then she still did. I was like, wait a minute.
I know.
So yeah,
I know.
I definitely see that in your personality. Do for others, but when it comes to something being done for you, you are very much like, oh no, we don't have to.
Yeah, like I just don't really, I don't know. It's probably like just me feeling like not that it's not important, just I don't want anybody to make a fuss or get out of their way, because I guess I didn't really feel confident, or like I felt like it was like maybe something like so that people would take too much effort to take out of their day to like, you know, it was very nice when they did, to be honest. And then I was like very happy about it. But, you know, if somebody remembers out of nowhere to say happy birthday, but other than that, I try not to like make a fuss of it. Like I just was silent about it. And then someone would be like, it's your birthday. I'm like, oh God, yeah, it is, you know, but then, yeah.
But you are worthy of feeling special on your special day.
You know,
that's true.
It's funny because like only this year I started telling people, hey, it's my birthday. Guess what? It's my birthday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good change.
Yeah.
It is a good change.
Yeah. Working in HR, I had power. So we found out when it was Monica's birthday without her knowing.
Yeah. You know, even like I didn't want like, you know, when they would recognize employees' birthdays, you know, I didn't really, because I didn't want to, I think like how Allison would say it, like shine, you know, I didn't want to like put in like in the middle of things. I didn't want
be that center of attention. Yeah,
I was like, oh God, it's just, you know, birthday, like let me get out of here. I guess I was embarrassed, maybe, I don't know. But now today, like this year, I was telling friends like, hey, it's my birthday, you know, I just wanted to say hi, you know, and gave them a chance to say happy birthday, you know, instead of like being like, oh, they don't remember, I told them like 20 years ago, you know. You know.
No, it's true.
It's true, like you know, you can't be like that. You gotta be more able to, I guess, give and receive, I guess.
Yes.
At the
small
same time.
steps. That's fine.
Yeah, and I think but you know, being sick though, I have no idea why. It was something that kind of reminds me of when I was having some depression around like September for many years since I was a teenager. I just was like a recluse, like I just didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to see anybody. just went to work, came home, and I was tired all the time. I was upset, but I didn't know why. I was just in a weird funk. And then this happened every year, like just like that. And then one year I went to like
D?
someone,
I think it
huh?
was D. I think it was
Yeah.
D, wasn't it? Yeah,
Was it D?
I think
So
so.
I think he said that if it was D, then it was him that said something like that in a past life that I was like in running, trying to, like, we were like on the run with family. I was like with my family, and there was a bomb that was like, I guess, targeted at the house that we were hiding in, but they didn't know we were in there. We were trying to, we were on the run, but it was meant for another house. So they bombed the wrong house and killed all of us. And for a long time, apparently my soul was very lost and confused. And so,
Was that when we went for past life readings, maybe with D?
I don't remember. All I remember was that someone had told me that, and then for some reason, after knowing that, it wasn't what I'm dealing, like what isn't supposed to be for me. Like basically, I didn't feel like it was supposed to be mine this life, so I tried to be more like I recognize it more. So like I go, okay, this is not like something that it's really happening in the present, it's something that's super old and residual. Because I was very, very lost and confused and alone for a long time. Yeah, kind of like that. And so maybe that's something why I'm more of like used to being like, in a way, I do feel like I'm okay with being alone for a long time, but I do seek like, company with just talking with someone. I feel like it's enough. Like I don't have to be next to the person. I could be like just chatting with a person or texting, and I feel like better, I guess. I don't know.
Good.
Yeah.
How about Willow? Well, Willow can't talk back, but
Willow's great. She's basically like
best company.
Yeah, she's my little Willow, but she's like, really, she's a kitten, so she's really playful and really active, and she has her little personality, and I play with her. I do feel bad when I'm not feeling well and I'm not able to play with her, like, at least for an hour a day, because I try to do like a routine with her, and she knows every time I get up, she's like ready to play already, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm going back to bed, and she's waiting patiently, she's sitting at the window.
Nice.
Yeah,
the best partner ever.
Really, it's true. She's very great. I'm like, this is great, like, like just having someone here, like, and someone to talk to. But yet, it's kind of funny because I talk to myself, but now I talk to Willow. So
and, she may not be able to use words, but she sends her messages back. Yeah.
Yes.
She does. She's very she's chatty.
Yeah.
She's talkative.
It all happened so fast getting her too. It was really cool.
All right, guys. Let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start recording because I'm creating this. I only gonna record the not the talking part, but the release, the blockage that I'm creating. This it's a course for empath. So there's part of it. It's cleansing the energy, cleansing their thoughts, and cleansing. So will be available by the end of the month. And if you're interested, it's nice. It's a good information, and it's more like for those that doesn't know they are empath. And I'm gonna be teaching how to work with the energy and how to release energy on their body, pain or physical energy that is there. So that's what I'm going to do.
Cool.
Okay.
So thank you for being part of this.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. This is like exciting. It's like, wow.
Yes, I'm
Some
gonna
workshops.
exactly. I'm gonna try to do every once every other week or something like that, and present a different emotions. You can also suggest some emotions that you wanted to be released. And in the middle, we're going to do some reprogramming this energy, and we're going to bring some positive reinforcement, releasing some path from the inner mind that was created, pattern that was created by our thoughts and actions. Or even longer than that, like Monica just brought. We do also receive information from past lives, and we are all connected. We're not just mind or just body. We are all connected. We're still receiving information, being influenced by the memories.
Yeah,
that's what makes us so interesting and so complex in a way.
One quick side note with you were just thinking of doing classes every couple of weeks or so. With Valentine's Day coming up, one thought that quickly came to my mind is self-love.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, it's not.
We don't do enough. We just do it in special occasions.
Yeah.
What about resentment of past love?
That's another one. Let me make some notes here.
Yeah.
Self-love, resentment. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, like
that's we all have that.
Trust issues,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Yeah.
I did it in so let's start here. Let me put a recording. So this event tonight, it's going to be about fear and shame, and we have beautiful ladies here that's going to be part of it. So thank you and welcome. So they're suggesting some topics for the next time. So self-love and resentment, and we'll cover that in the next time. And as we're talking, we're, going to deal with some emotions, some of them some hard, others not so much, but it's good to start working on. So we're gonna talk a little bit and share experience, and then we're going to jump to the release and the guidance. It's already here, and I'm gonna list a whole bunch of fears. So feel free, and during the meditation, feel free to repeat them. If I don't cover every single fear that you feel it, you can say it. You just say, I'm going to release fear of animals, insects that you have, or fear of being in the dark if I don't cover here. So you can just say it. And then if you feel something, just let me know, like out of breath or something that is, really, really, it's you feeling a fear of that too, and anxiety as well. So yesterday I was doing this same topic with the Portuguese version, and a lot of people felt some of them very, very sleepy. And that means what? If you sleep, still on a resistant side, maybe you're not ready to look into particular fears or shame, humiliation that you went through. and that's fine.
Mhm.
Your soul is listening. Your soul is registering, and it's going to integrate into your body when you're ready for it. So if you feel sleepy, if you fell asleep, that's fine. And it's a little resistance walls. It will dissolve when you're ready for it. And anyone has questions so far?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna share the screen. And so here we have some notes that I put. So I found this this quote that really highlights some of our, dark side. So it says, beneath the social mask we wear every day, we have a hidden shadow side, as impulsive, wounded, sad, or isolated part that we generally try to ignore. It's beautiful, well said here. The shadow can be a source of emotion, richness, and vitality, acknowledging it can be a pathway to healing and an authentic life. It's beautiful. I love this quote.
Mhm.
Anyone has anything to say about this quote?
No, I think it resonates.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is. We don't show what we really are, maybe fear of showing ourselves and being vulnerable and being hurt, because we have a memory. We have a cell memory that situation, or even block completely the memory.
Yeah.
We don't remember at all. There's so many situations. And this, I think Monica already know this quote. I already sent it to her, but I love this quote because it's from the book of Miracles, from the author is Marianne Williamson. I really love this. And I think that is a deeper truth here, that we are afraid to show ourselves and to show that we're not perfect. There's a lot of, fear of not showing, not being perfect, not being like the way the society will accept us. So we fake. We create what the first quote said, a mask, so we can wear it every day. To be what? Accepted.
That's true. I think that especially comes forward with social media. There are a lot of people that portray their lives as being so perfect on social media. And if it's somebody that you know well enough, you can say, wait a minute, when you're rambling on about the love of your life and how you can't live with each other, and yet we're hearing you vent about this person.
Exactly.
More than the average person, rather excessively. So yeah, a lot of times people portray themselves as being so much happier than what they are on social media. And I think that's unfortunate, because it creates a situation where some others feel that much less happy and worthy, and like, well, why don't I have that? Why?
Exactly.
Well, like, I want to just share that, some people who wear their emotions, they're mostly looked down upon, or like scared, like people are not welcoming to that. Like, they just rather not deal with, looking at other people's, sadness or depression or anything like that, whatever they're dealing with. They get kind of like, scared to talk about it, so a lot of times people say, just stop feeling like that, or like, why don't you just smile, or, why don't you just do this or that, and it's just not something that's easily, shaken off. So a lot of times we have to hide it, because we want to appear okay, so that it's really for the other people, so that we're not scaring other people away,
Yeah, that's like that term that so many people use when something's bothering you and somebody says, just let it go. I hate that
Yes.
expression, just let it go, because if it was so simple to just let it go, don't you think I would? I just think
Yes.
that if there's something that's upsetting, it's something that we need to work through it and
Yeah.
feel those various emotions in order for us to release it. And
Yeah.
that's one of those things that really bothers me when somebody says, well, just let it go.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. And people who say that a lot, I hear that I just let it go. And I look at them and I say, I can think of several occasions where you said you let something go, but it creeps right back up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it becomes
And
like
that's what
trigger.
and that's the point I want to bring, that Monica just said, you stop feeling.
Mhm.
So when you stop feeling, that's when the problem comes,
Yeah.
because you accumulate what in your body, and your emotion becomes what?
Physical.
Yes. And you repress, and because what you are, it's somewhat not accepted. So you repress, you create what? The mask, the social mask that it's everywhere. It's in Instagram, it's Facebook, it's everywhere, Twitter. And so people create a mask so they can be accepted. And a back the scene is all about being accepted the way they are, being loved, being respect, and because maybe they came from a environment where respect wasn't really the word they used, was
Mhm.
more abused, or living in a fear of if you will be survived the next day. So that becomes, you stop feeling, or it's easy to say to letting go, but it's harder to when you really have all these emotions going on.
Mhm.
So who wants to read this beautiful quote? Can you see it? Everyone can see it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Up
Who's
to
gonna?
you, Darlene.
You want me to read it?
It's up to you. Do you want to?
That's good.
Okay.
It's a little bit small, but I can.
I
I
could do
just
it.
made it a little bit bigger.
Okay.
I can do it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can do it small
I can
here.
do it. Yeah.
Okay. I just made it a little bigger, so but go ahead. You know what? Where you already expressed that you love this quote too. Why don't we let you do it?
All right.
Oops, too big. Right there.
I got it. On my phone, I can make it bigger. So.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
realized that too. Yeah.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Well said. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful. And it actually makes me think that the opposite actually happens when you
Yeah.
don't. Like, for example, my parents, not letting themselves shine. Then growing up as a child, I think that me and my siblings didn't let ourselves shine because our parents didn't shine. And I think we grew up feeling like we were not, good enough to shine or worthy or something.
Yes.
So I think that is beautiful. And, can see the opposite of what that's saying happening in your life.
Yes. And one thing that caught my attention was like, and when you believe you're not worth it, or you fear not being accepted, you play small. You don't play like with your fully light, like, let your own light shine. You play small to be accepted or to receive love, attention. So that when you turn the light off internally, and you say to yourself, "Oh, don't worry, don't show who you are," because you fear, you project. Sometimes it's not really a real fear. You project. There is another projection that you project. People with the anxiety project a lot, but things that might not happen or never happen. So I do have anxiety, and I suffer from my childhood. And the only thing that helped me, it was breathing and yoga to stop the thinking process. It was fear. I didn't go through a panic attack, but I was on the edge of it because I was creating so much in thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. And so it becomes, a very strong when you can't control your thoughts, and then you can't. You just have to feel it. But this, so it's you become started playing small. You don't trust in your guts, in your instinct. You're gonna say anything, Monica?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me back to when I was talking about how, like, I didn't want anyone to make a big deal about my birthday, or
Yes.
didn't want any focus on me because I saw myself as a background person that just does
Yes.
a lot of work to get things done, but just doesn't need to be like in the front stage, Like
Yes.
I'm like the backstage help.
Exactly.
And like I always try to think of it like it's a team effort to get something done. I don't need recognition or anything like that, but with this quote, it makes us feel like it doesn't mean that there has to be just one star.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
summarizing what you said, you made somebody look good and you just stay behind. You didn't get any credit for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that just makes me feel like that's how it was for a lot of things, not just the birthday thing. The birthday thing was more of lesser. Like, I was just more like, I didn't really want anybody to make a deal. But like, I mean, like more like even in like group work or anything like that, I would rather just, if I did a lot of work in it, even though if we all just got the same grade, but someone took a
Uh-huh.
lot of credit for everything, I would just, just stand back. I'd totally, be like, well, whatever. But I thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I wanted the front stage anyways. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, good, good, good. They're taking it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Darlene, do you have anything to say?
Um, no, actually, no, not right now. Sorry.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
just
So it's a beautiful quote. We can stay all day just, getting piece of it because there's a lot to say on,
Yeah.
short quote, both of them. But are we gonna move it on? We have a couple of things to cover. So in some school of thought, they call it shadow self. It becomes part of this, of our shadow, fear, shame, other things like resentment, guilt. So it becomes part of that, and that we repress, because in some part of our childhood or our memory from past life makes us feel fear, or even, secure, confident to show to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to show their, darkness and be judged by that? So here is some explanation about, and there talks about, Jung talked about the shadow self in a lot of his work. I don't know if anyone read his books. The shadow self is really good. It talks about shadow and all the emotions we suppress, or it comes out, and then we just said, I'm going to repress this. I'm not going to being accepted or loved if I have all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So these emotions that we feel, we're supposed to feel. We are here to feel. We made as a human, as a body, to feel emotions. If you repress, you're repressing yourself. You're repressing your nature as a human, and as a creature of God. So, but in this society that we live in, you learn to that there is something is wrong with you. You learn, even if it's your clothes, if you're the way you talk, the way you walk, there's something wrong. And as well, everybody knows that society create a pattern, a criteria for a perfect human being. So if you don't fit on that criteria, you're not perfect. You're not going to receive respect from anyone. If that goes to financial status, position, appearance, eye color, and if I'm not wrong, Darlene and I last year were talking about race and being accepted. And there's this whole movement about not being accepted because of the color.
Yes.
And it becomes a shadow of the human, and it hurts. It really hurts. Do you have anything to say in this part of the shadow self?
No, I think you're right, because as we did discuss that quite a bit,
Yes.
particularly about race, and I was, I think, to some level, a victim of racism, which some people would disagree because I'm white, but I believe that racism goes both ways. And I think a lot of our vulnerability and opening up of how we feel depends upon our audience as well.
Exactly.
Sometimes if there's people that I feel I can be open with, I'll be very open and honest with them. And others, if I feel like I'm going to be judged or I'm not worthy enough, I just kind of sit back and keep my mouth quiet,
Exactly.
And it's odd too, when my son was sick, I remember I didn't open myself up a lot about how I was feeling. But I remember when he was sick, there was, an outpouring of love and support and compassion to his illness. And it helped me to express that gratitude and be more open. And for lack of a better way of putting it, even mushy in some, communications back and being, exposing more vulnerability about what was happening. And it felt okay. And so sometimes, like, I'll remind myself now that, it's okay to show my vulnerabilities to other people. It's acceptable. And those who are gonna put me down, or anybody else down, and hold it against you or use it against you later on, don't like that feeling, but that's also a time when, it's trying to remind this is a reflection upon them, not me.
That's
Right.
true.
When they're so negative, or when you share something about yourself, that somebody else may see as a weakness, that they can
Yes,
use against you later. And I think that's sometimes where it
exactly.
comes from, is when you get burned by somebody where they took advantage of you, being vulnerable and
Yes,
sharing that, and they use it against you later. That makes you second guess, okay, who can I share this with? And especially if it's
exactly.
somebody like that close in your close inner circle, family, spouse, probably the person who shocked me the most was my ex-husband. Although I
Yes.
think I'm in a better place than I was. I don't think it's a marriage that was meant to be, but it was still shocking when it ended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you form a certain expectations
Mhm.
towards that person.
Yeah.
And then when,
Expectation of just a relationship with two people.
yes,
Sorry.
exactly. And then it makes you like, this is worth it.
Mhm.
Start it again or try it
Yeah.
again for that
Yeah.
matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, our emotion becomes so, suppressed, or you just create all the situations for you to just hold it in.
Mhm.
And then you hurt yourself in a way.
Yeah.
So there's, there's median. Not that I will have the answer for that, like how I can achieve certain level of that nothing of these emotions will, reach me, but it will in some point. But it's part of
Mhm.
being human, learning. And I'm sure that, Darlene, today
Mhm.
after, going back to what you went through, you
Mhm.
feel like stronger, and
Mhm.
it helped you build your personality and who you are in somehow.
Yes. Mhm. Yes. I express myself more frequently.
Yes,
I think my boss would be somebody, she says she doesn't want me to change, but there are
yeah,
times when I would beg to differ.
I know.
Because, and she said, you're outspoken sometimes, and direct, and holding people accountable. And
Yes,
sometimes that's difficult because in an environment where people are not being held accountable, um, they can become feeling intimidated and fearful of you, and therefore push you away. So sometimes I feel like the outcast where I'm
I
working,
know.
because I'm striving to do what's right, and I'm in an environment where doing what is pretty, and they like wearing the rosy colored glasses there. And
Exactly.
and I'm all for like focusing on the positive. I think I'm a very positive person, focusing on positive, sometimes to a fault, but we can focus on positive things and at the same time work on improvement and the corrections that need to happen. Um, and that's the way I look at it. But I have coworkers that are like, no, you just ignore those areas. And that's why this is a company that's 14 years old that acts like a startup,
Yes. Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So here we're gonna jump into fear. So why we
Mhm.
feel fear? It's part of the being a human,
Mhm.
one part, and it's part of the brain functions to feel from outside world. And also it's cultural. We learn to feel fear. It's part of the human makeup. So we feel deeply, and some people, choose to stay away from. And this part, like we're here to experience fear, but it's also you can learn to fear things.
Mhm.
It's like from experience that you have in the past, and it's part of a human makeup. Of course, it is. It's on our DNA. To if we don't feel fear, we probably won't be here, because
Mhm.
it's part of our nature to protect our body as well. If you
Mhm.
don't fear something, you just go and do it.
Mhm. So you mean
And
kind of like the young child who was bit by a dog, and
yes,
20 years later is still afraid to be near dogs. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Mhm.
Yes. Yes. If you take out the fear out of that equation, he probably wouldn't remember. He been bitten by a dog, but he'll go play with the dog. Or people that have a fear of height, and people have a fear of water. So my mother had a fear of water, and her past life she was drowned, and so here in this life she didn't even want to try to get closer to the water, and she just ignored her completely. But there was a point of her life that we used to go to the beach and to the north side of Brazil, and she did attempt, and she did it once, holding my aunt's hand, which was her sister. She tried to get closer to the water, and she liked it, but it was the only time I saw her getting closer to the ocean. And she never tried again. And so some people get that memory so intense that they can not make themselves make peace with that part. And that happens with animals, that happens with the cars. Some people don't like cars at all. They prefer take a bus or take other things, but not car, because they are afraid of driving. Someone want to comment on that?
I was gonna say that I have fear of some human interactions, like more like fear of rejection, or fear of failure, fear of like not being included, even though it seems like I'm not like that because I'm so aloof. But I think I keep aloof so that I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of times I stay alone because I in the back of my mind, it's to keep me from dealing with, not being included,
Yeah. If you're not in the environment to receive the invitation, then you don't have to fear not
show
being
yourself.
invited, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was when I was younger, but now I'm older, I'm not as bad, but like, I'm still stuck in my old ways. A lot of the time.
You get in there.
Yeah.
I think we get comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'll have some friends like, why haven't you met somebody? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you out in the dating scene doing this and that? And it's like, I'm just very comfortable, and I'm not opposed to meeting somebody, but I so comfortable with myself now. I don't want somebody to mess it up either.
True.
Yeah.
It's like the fear of like having, to deal with like the pain again for no reason. Like, I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
So the other part here that I wanted to say that is there's another school of thought, like the Buddhist tradition. Fear is the root of a human being's suffering, among other things like attachment and greedy. Someone agree with that or not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, your fear of losing something, like pride or confidence or anything like that.
Yes, that's true.
Because if you don't have much of it, then you have a lot to lose.
Yes, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
So
and then when it comes to love relationships, it's if you don't put yourself out there, then you don't risk loving somebody. You don't also risk the hurt and the pain of losing that person, whether it be a breakup of the relationship or a transition to the afterlife.
Yes, that's true.
Makes sense.
So here we're going to talk a little bit about shame. and who never felt the taste of shame and humiliation. You know, most everyone, except for the children, maybe. Everyone has a story to tell about that. However, where this emotion emerged from the deepest desire of separation of the ego self, so that we're starting to, you know, search where's the origins of this, all this suffering. And here I brought the I self, the self-centered. You know, people might encounter people that are very selfish, self-centered. They call it in self, maybe narcissist. And they are really identify with everything around it. And they are the center of the attention. And for us, it's the I self identifying with, you know, pain because you have a memory on your body. You identify with maybe guilt because you didn't do something for someone. So you have a memory. So you identify with the guilt. That means you carry inside of you. So the I self is really like the primitive part. And that is connected to everything that is around us, you know, pain, physical pain, emotions, and even the spiritual hurt. And so we are in between this duality, the darkness, the shadow, and the light. Who am I in the middle of this whole thing? So the I self means a limitation and suffering. So it comes from the first chakra. The first chakra is also about security, nurture, but it also talks about the primitive, the I self, our instinct. And we are constantly pulled into this duality, shadow and light. And we ask ourselves, who am I? Because I do have a nature of, you know, maybe suffering things and identify with the misery. So I always going to be looking for those things. So it fills me up. And some people are in the other way, the light. They're looking for, they reach for a higher frequency to free their soul, to free their souls from duality, from suffering, from limitations. So there we have this two dualities in our mind. So anyone want to say anything about this part here?
Yeah, like I think I let go of a lot of shame as I got older, you know, like I think through working with you, Allison, I've let go a lot of things that I used to be, you know, feeling bad or shameful of in the past, which I'm thankful for. But I do have something to talk about that is that when you're feeling shame and like humiliation about things that happened in your life or whatever, it's really terrible because it kind of reminds you, it's like kind of like a scar that's stuck in you, you know, that you cannot, like, you know, it's there, but it's always, if it's brought up, the shame, like the scar is ripped off again and you feel the same embarrassment or pain that came from it, you know.
Yes.
And so it's really difficult when you do have that significant amount of shame about something that happened or whatever. So it is very good to get rid, like somehow heal from that.
From that scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and even though it's like reinforcement from outside environment as well.
Right.
So imagine you have that scar and then you go to the world and then you get more reinforcement. So that
Yeah.
scar gets really, really, really sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really sensitive. And so it's now, that's what parts of this work. It's the psychological part, you know, the medical part. It's not enough. And I've been through it. You guys been through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough. We need extra help. The spiritual
Mm-hmm.
to help us get through those things,
Mm-hmm.
that release those scars. So today we're going to have a release. We already have a lot of guides in the room, and also family, you know, that already passed from your side, from my side, also receiving guidance, receiving healing. So if you want to include someone, just think about them and send this light to them, and they will receive as well. And but mostly it's for you to receive this energy and restore the respect, the love, the acceptance from you, because you were the one that kept bringing back all of these emotions. So today I invite you, each one of you, to bring some memories, memories that that you were put an outcast, like Darlene said, you know, fear of, but she got stronger over the years. And I don't know how deep this roots are. And the deeper your roots are, the deepest, the hardest, and the strongest is your confidence. You don't get discouraged by people's comments about you, or you let it go easily, because you have a root very deeply. So we're going to begin with our roots on the ground, and just feel it, that root going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The deeper it goes, the better and stronger you get. So you guys can move yourself now, and we're going to start the meditation. You have any comments, or we can start it?
We can start it.
Okay, so you can mute yourself, Monica, if you can.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be able to put a music from my side, but you guys can turn on something in there, or a computer or iPad. And because I have to keep the iPhone, the headphones. So take a deep breath. Started going inward, focusing in your breath. Take a deep breath and feel it. Right now, you're in a moment of experiencing your emotions, your scars, your memories. Just bring back little by little. Just so you know, you're in a safe environment. All around you has a circle of protection. So feel your emotions. Feel free to feel your emotions. If any moment you need help, just say so. So breathe in, breathe out. You're here to experience your breath. your emotions, accept them. And breathe in again. Relax your body. If you're lying down, relax. Relax your arms side to side. Relax your shoulders, your chest. Straight your spine. Relax your hips. Just give the command, relax. Relax your legs, your knees, your chin, ankle, and feet. In this moment, visualize roots coming out of under your feet, connecting to Mother Earth and going deeper, rooting deeper into Mother Earth, going to the center of Earth. So just visualize. The deeper you go, the stronger and confident you will be. So just visualize. Your roots still going deeper into the earth. Going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. If one leg is going deeper and the other's not going so well, just bring balance to both legs to extend the deep root into Mother Earth. Mother Earth is here for us. Mother Earth is here to embrace us, to help us on this physical experience. When both legs are deeper rooted into Mother Earth, begins, look up, imagine your body as the trunk of the tree, and your arms is the extension. Feel yourself, feel your trunk. Strong, steep. Imagine yourself as a tall, thick trunk. With the long branches and green leaves. So imagine yourself as a tree. You can reach higher levels of conscious. Just be willing to go deeper in the different levels of conscious. And observe the rays of the sun that touches the leaves, the branches, the body of the tree. then you feel it. You're receiving it. You're receiving the nourishment from the Mother Earth, from the earth. And you also receive the nourishment from the sun. As you open your branches, your arms, your neck extend. And you grow tall because you want to reach higher extensions, higher frequencies. And you experience the energy. In this moment, you invite disconnections, fear, shame to be released through your release from the top of the crown chakra. You release and allow all of these energies to go to God. God knows what to do with it. In exchange, you receive this restorative energy in white color. So you release painful situations that you repressed and became a pattern in your life. Rigid, inflexible, and received reinforcement from the environment. You became tired, depressed, losing the connection with your heart center. You know how everything started. Today, we're going to release all these emotions, all these illusions that's been running behind the scenes, that is running your life, making you playing small, feeling less than, and feeling unworthy. So today you're going to release all of that. So keep focus on this tall tree that you became. You grow to be a tall tree. In order for you to grow even taller, you got to let go. You got to let go fear, shame, humiliation, situations that you went through in your life, and even clear past life. So here we are dealing with present, past, so we can become what we wish for, what we wanted for in the future. So started bringing to the memory some fear that you went through as a child, as an adolescent, or as an adult. Fear of losing people, fear of feeling disconnected, fear of being not accepted by your family, or even from yourself. Fear of of going through. So fear, unknown fear, and known fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandon, fear of being excluded, fear of not being recognized as you are. So keep releasing fear of animals, fear of darkness, fear of being of heights, fear of flying, fear of pain, fear of connecting to others, fear of open up yourself and being hurt, fear of a social environment, fear of situations that was hurt, fear of people, fear of being touched and hurt, fear of being imperfect, fear of not being recognized or qualities, your qualities. Fear of being ridiculed, fear of being ugly, not accept, fear of accidents, fear of being in a house alone, fear of marriage, fear of illness, fear of water, fear of being in a room, fear of natural disasters, fear of death, fear of night. Breathe and release. I allowed all these energies to be released from my cells. This moment, I ask you to put one hand on the top of the head and the other hand on your heart. We're gonna activate energy right now. We're gonna activate the energy of deprogramming all of these fears, fear of darkness, fear of rejection, fear of exclude, fear of abandon, among other fears. In this moment, we activate the fear of, we're gonna activate the energy of deprogramming all of these fears, activating. We're gonna deprogramming all of these fears. Just allow to be open your heart, so this energy can be released, delete from your neuros biological system. New path will be created with a new experience, with the new downloads. Just allow in this moment, this energy to travel through your body, especially in your brain, and releasing all of these fears, patterns that was created. Imagine this light deprogramming, releasing all of these memories. More memory release, the tallest the tree can go. Allow this, all of these programs to be deleted. Experience brings experience, brings scenes from past lives, memories from this life that you went through fear of being hurt and played small, or even stop feeling. And you chose to be behind the scene just to protect yourself. Or times that you did all the hard work and you chose to give credit to others, to protect yourself from shame, humiliation, or simply to not show your face, not being judged. Just allow the spirituality to act in this moment, creating a new pathway. Remember all the humiliation that you went through, all the shame that you had to go through to certain comments, the kids in the school, that you're ugly or overweight or you're too skinny, that nobody was going to wanted to be with you. So release, breathe in deeply and exhale. And you, in this moment, you do have a choice to release from yourselves. And you choose to accept yourself, your imperfections, or at least willing to accept your imperfection. God made you perfect as you are. The light within in you wanted to shine and play big. Open your potential for unlimited. You can relax your hands side to side. Begin accepting it. All the parts, all the disconnections, all the fear, the darkness part of you. Just hug yourself and accept. Say it to yourself. I accept who you are. I love you. You're good as you are. I love you profoundly. Forgive me if I judged you in the past. I didn't know who I was. Now I chose to be here, to be by your side and accept who you are. I thank you. I thank you for being part of my life, for being part of this lifetime, and teach me the best lesson to accept and to love and respect who I am. I love you. And I thank you for being here with me today. I'm not the emotions, the suppressed emotions, the fear, the shame. I'm not my emotions. I'm not even this body. I'm not the thoughts, the pain I feel, the I self identify with the pain and misery. I am the creator, the co-creator of my thoughts and my reality. And I choose today to believe that I am worthy, that I am loving, that I am light, that I am capable of turning this pattern that I create. I am strong. I am enlightened. I am fear. I am fearful, but I'm not. I'm not laying myself down. I believe in myself. And I'm ready to shine my light, to show who I am. And light the light within. In this moment, you look it up and visualize the sun. And you look it down and see how taller you are. You are a thick, steep tree. And you receive the light. You can feel the warmth of the light of the sun. The rays touch the leaves, your arms, your face, your body, and you empowered yourself. You look down and you believe it. You earn it, this place. And you see the other trees, short trees, weak trees, that didn't believe themselves. But you do. So you deserve to be on the top. So stay there for a few minutes, observing the energy, feeling deeply rooted, feeling strong, powerful. Feel it in your entire body. Feeling the nurture from Mother Earth. Feeling the stream, the water, the nourishment being delivered to your entire body. And you receive it. So easy to receive. You entered in the flow. You are the tree of life, the sacred geometry, the law of kindness, compassion. You are loved. You are respected. You're not the rejection. You're not fear. You're not resentment. You're not excluded. Your I self just chose to believe, to identify with low frequency of energy, but you can choose to stay in a higher level. Compassion, love, kindness. Now that you can observe the rays of the sun and empowered yourself, you're ready to come down. Slowly started to go down to the tree. The tree helps you with the branches. You lower yourself down. And she talks to you. Anytime you wanted to come back and climb my trunk, I'll be here waiting for you. But remember this, you are strong beyond measure. Choose to believe in your greatness. And remember, you are God. You begin to come back empowered, strong, confident. Anytime you want, you can go back to that state of mind. In this moment, you begin to come back to your breath, to your body sensations, and thanking God, spirituality for that experience. You're carrying with you the light, the greatness within, that you can change your life by letting go suppressed emotions. You feel strong. You feel loved, secure in your own self. Slowly coming back to your senses, noticing your toes tingling, wiggling your toes, moving your fingers. Noticing your chest rising and fall. Your shoulders. And finally, your head. Feeling connected again to your physical body. Thank you. Namaste. How's everyone feeling?
Thank you, Allison. I feel good.
Good.
I felt so there was a part when you were talking about the fears.
Yeah.
My throat was like itching and I was coughing so much during this time. I was like, oh, great. But I'm okay now.
Great. It's just
Yeah, coming out.
Coming out. Yep. What about you, darling?
I feel really good. I was actually, when we were in the earlier parts of it, like our roots going down into the earth.
Yes.
Kind of crazy. This vision I had of the roots was like, the drill, like, because it was struggle trying to do it first. And then as I was opening up that space, it was getting bigger and going deeper. But I thought it was kind of funny because it was like the drilling into the ground so that I could get in. And I just kind of felt like that was just symbolic of the challenges that I've had with some of these. But then actually during the meditation, we're supposed to be there so relaxed, but when we were tall, like the tree, and I looked down and it was like such a long tree. I mean, I was looking down and like, oh my gosh, you can barely see the ground. There was this, like, I am saying, feeling stronger and stronger. I wanted to stand up and just stretch my arms out to the sky and say, yes.
Yes.
Which was kind of weird because I was like, I'm supposed to be very relaxed, but I want to get out of my chair and just stretch because I was already stretched to the sky, up in the air when we were talking about the leaves and the branches stretching. So, yeah, but it was good, so thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I don't know. It was kind of like, I didn't think I was supposed to feel energized and wanting to leap out of my seat when I'm supposed to be so, relaxed and meditative.
well, the tree in the tree in the sun, it gives you energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling
take it in, all of it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I also thought of my roots like a drill too.
Yeah.
Like two roots from my feet, like branching out, going down deep.
Yeah.
And then I envisioned like the earth and I went all the way to the middle. I was like, I can keep going, but I'm just going to stay in the middle.
Yeah.
And then whenever there was a point where I was like I did feel some energy, but in the end I was so exhausted. I started snoring a little bit. Felt like, and then I woke up again because I heard myself.
Oh.
So anyways.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Thank you very much for being part of this.
Thank you, Allison. This was a wonderful experience.
Yes. For me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I hope that you do some more of these types of things, because